Welcome to the House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about astrology, root work, tarot, conjure, and culture. Now, today, y'all, we are getting into the Cush Almanac for August the 27th, 2026. Now, this is the day before the eclipse, so I am tapping in to give you guys some guidance on discerning and not deciding from emotions today, and it is very pivotal that you adhere to this. Now, always take it where it resonates. If it don't apply, let it fly. And y'all know to tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who can help. So yes, we have a lot of energy being contained right now. And today is less about doing more and more about seeing clearly what needs to be released tomorrow, which is the um, Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. Now, the Sun conjunct Mercury in Virgo is exact today. And what that means is the Sun and Mercury are going to meet in Virgo, which is puts a spotlight on things like information, organization, decisions, communication, as well as discernment. Make sure you guys tailor these transits to your exact location because they will vary in terms of when they become exact, and you can expect, forecast, or even plan around that energy, right? This energy is excellent for things like reviewing your finances and editing contracts and offers, as well as cleaning up your business systems, right? You're going to want to think about rewriting your messaging, auditing your calendars, and looking at what is actually producing results. You are going to make some lists and maybe focus on separating facts from assumptions, okay? Now, the Kush strategy for this transit is don't ask, what do I want to manifest? You're going to ask yourself, what has the evidence shown me? See, Virgo wants receipts. Now, as the moon enters Pisces, because it's going to remain in Aquarius through the first part of the day. It's going to enter Pisces towards the afternoon. So this is significant because of the full moon that comes through as a lunar eclipse. It is occurring in Pisces. You'll essentially enter the energetic threshold. This shift looks like Aquarius moving from itself to Pisces as mind into intuition, and observation into feeling, and detachment into surrender. So you'll be moving from analysis into just spiritual knowing. Don't be surprised if something that you've been intellectually analyzing and going over in your head suddenly becomes something that you start to feel in your body. All right. Now, as we shifted to the eclipse threshold, this is like a culmination point. I think it's significant to say that Pisces is also the last of the zodiac, right? Now, today is the last full day before the reveal, if you will. This is not an ideal day for you to just force in manifestations or do like aggressive spell work, y'all. You don't want to push the outcome either. You just kind of want to let it flow. You're going to prepare, you're going to purify, and you're going to observe, right? Now, if something feels like it's falling apart today, don't automatically assume that you just need to rush in and fix it. Some things are revealing themselves because it's supposed to be gone. It's supposed to leave, right? So just allow those things to happen. Now, another significant transit today, guys, is Mercury, Uranus, and the Sun, Uranus, creating this pressure because the Virgo emphasis is moving into friction with Uranus and Gemini. Now, what does this look like on a mundane level? This manifest is sudden info, unexpected messages can come from anywhere, technology issues, scheduling changes, abrupt realizations, a sudden desire to change direction, information that makes an old plan seem obsolete, right? The broader aspect of this is going to be supporting this volatility, right? between today and tomorrow. So don't make a permanent decision because of a temporary spike in your emotion. Maybe write it down, sleep on it, count to 10. You know what I'm saying? Take some time to breathe about it because the eclipse hasn't finished speaking just yet. Now let's get into this business and money magic work. Today is absolutely a financial audit type of day. Now, what you guys might want to look at is what is making money, okay? What's consuming money? What is consuming your time without producing money? Where are you undercharging for your services? Where are your products? Where are you over delivering? What needs a system instead of more effort? Virgo doesn't need another idea. We've been sitting in a place where Virgo is still leaning into needing infrastructure. Now, when you think of root work correspondences, you guys can tap into agrimony, bay leaf, coffee, and frankincense. This is particularly appropriate right now for road opening work that follows maybe an uncrossing or a clearing, right? So rather than trying to force an outcome, the operative principle today is to clear the obstruction, then let the road reveal itself, right? So let's think. The best work for today. We have a wait. All right. Might want to pull out a little recording or a little pencil and paper here, pen if you will. So do cleanse, do uncross. Those are the basics. Do tap into spiritual baths, divination, dream work, protection, maintenance of business audits, financial organization, okay, closing energetic loops, and preparing eclipse release work. You may want to wait on any major manifestation rituals. Don't bind yourself to a specific outcome right now. Don't make any impulsive business changes. Don't extend yourself into emotional confrontations today. Okay? Wait. Wait on expensive purchases made from anxiety. Okay? Starting something just because you're afraid you'll miss a window. Okay? Those are the things you want to wait on. Now, you might consider asking your spirits if you pull cards, or maybe like a pendulum, things like that. You might want to ask though, or your oracle cards. Oracle cards are good for like simple answers. I always tell people, my clients, I'm always telling them when they get started, oracle cards are pretty good depending on the type for kind of helping you begin the process of divination, as well as a pendulum. But when you think of cards, I like the cards because they tell a story. So yeah. Anyway, the divination question that you ask yourself today is, what am I being shown that I have been trying to rationalize away? Then you want to follow that up with what needs to be released before I can move forward cleanly. That's the real work of this eclipse. So honestly, pendulums are good for your yes or no's, but I would mostly suggest, if you're into tarot, I would pull on these. And I would also, if you have a pretty good relationship with your oracle deck, you can start to get some insight. Now let's talk about the botanical ally for today. We have been loving lemon balm, and it's really good as an ally for today's atmosphere, because the goal itself isn't to intensify everything you've been feeling. It's literally to settle the nervous system enough to hear what your intuition is actually saying. So you're going to still use this for things like bath work, floor wash, teas, spiritual cleansing, dream work, and calm before divination work. Lemon balm tea is very easy to find. You can check it out in your local grocery store, in the tea aisle. You can get it in the little tea bags. It's very easy to acquire. Now, let's get into the commandment for today. Okay? You do not need to chase clarity. What you need to do is remove the noise. Everything else is just noise. Today, Virgo gives you the discernment. And tonight, Pisces begins opening the emotional, spiritual channel. Then you've got that eclipse coming in, bringing everything to culmination. So today, audit the facts. Like, get real about it. Clean the energy. And watch what reveals when you do it. All right? Now, I am going to get into the reading today as it concerns the collective. I did inquire what is it that we needed to know, and I did open the roads for us as well. Now, overall, there are some things that are appearing as a tower. Like, there's a tower here. You're realizing some things about structure. 1001 on the timestamp, if you're into numerology. You're realizing things about structure around you, and you're seeing things for what it is. You're realizing what happened when people just refuse to assist, and there's the lack of harmony within your foundation in your goals, right? 7 of Knives in reverse or 7 of Swords in reverse, depending on the deck you're looking at. It's showing itself as somebody's just refusing to change their mind. They haven't changed their ways. They haven't changed their mind. This is just really weird energy. And that tower, excuse me, y'all, that tower has you with this eclipse like, wow, you see it for what it is. And there are areas where someone has been quite deceptive, maybe even taking things from you. 7 weeks, or this is how they think, this is how they process, this is just how they move. They're very deceptive, right? And they've been doing something for a long time, up to 9 years with the 9 of Pentacles. There's some taking here, and this is what's been causing the recent delays. Yeah, they've been delaying you recently, trying to siphon, and this is a form of maybe energetic or mental theft, right? Sagittarius is significant here as well. There's could be someone observing you or trying to come after you, Sagittarius, and cause some form of chaos. Travel, observation, be mindful. Maybe this is you simply observing the chaos. Now, I would hope that you wouldn't travel towards it and go towards it and fly into it, but be mindful of that energy. Eagle eye. The eagle eye, baby, being very much like, I see it, but I'm not going to engage in it when it comes to this energy. But there is realization here, right? In terms of what's going on. Now, where does this show up in the past? I do see here that this is someone that you could have genuinely cared for. There's Cancer energy here. This may have been a caretaker. There's something that they're meant to destroy. Somebody's like trying to destroy your confidence, right? Because they don't want something to be revealed. They want you to forget. They want people to forget. Maybe they want you to forget in order to come in out of the cold. There's a sense of escaping some form of poverty or loss, right? And it's been quite a while. Yeah, somebody's maybe making a quick decision here, refusing to let go of a situation or some form of thinking. Yeah, be mindful about the aspect of investing in things that just hold no value, right? You can't build there, you can't continue to harvest there. There's a sense of you needing to make a quick decision, especially when it comes to something you've been holding on from the past that will help you escape this poverty. Yeah. Forget what you see. Someone's not confident as they pretend to be. They actually care. I'm also picking that up. Now, presently, right? Let's get into that. Presently, there's a sense of growth. You have adapted to your space. You realizing that these people, these energies are just not going to give you what they need to give you. Taurus could be significant. There could be something that you're manifesting right now that you're not actually speaking on. Gemini could also be significant, and this is going to assist you in making more progress. I'm also seeing some partnerships here, some recent partnerships. Let me see. Cancer. This moon is revealing quite a bit. Yeah, Pa in reverse. True feelings are being revealed. Emotions make you cry sometimes. Yeah, there's a lot that's showing you some stuff, and maybe you've been acting without necessarily speaking on what you're manifesting, and this is giving you a sense of power, a sense of authority. um yeah, you adapt into the fact that you just this energy is not going to give you what it needs to give you, and if you haven't adapted presently, in order for you to end that stagnation, there's something that you really need to do. Now, collectively, I do see there is a sense of, a steady pull. 10 days is significant. 10 is always my team. 10 is one of my numbers. But again, there's a sense of action. You could have been working on something for quite a while, and you are being encouraged to continue to go up this hill. You are almost where you need to be, but there's this lack of temperance here to keep going. I got the Chariot movement. Misguiding you on purpose, misguiding you, getting you into a contract, and then telling someone that they're battling you. There's fighting here, and betrayal happening. You've healed from this, honestly, and this person, they're not able to play in your face, and that's really your power center. That's your superpower, right? Yeah, these people are playing games, and it's just not working. You're not afraid of these people, and they're so weak, and they seem to hate the fact that there's some lack of patience here. They don't like that you don't trust them, or they can't like play you into building their trust. Yeah, things are balancing out, but there is, again, these relationships and these partnerships that you need to be very realistic about, and how it serves you, and how you consume, and how you exist in these spaces. This is what's going to propel you upward. Lacking power, lacking guidance, but allowing those energies to take that away from you, right? No, there's something that you need to be paying attention to, especially when it comes to how you invest. 7 years is very significant. Like, pay attention to what you're investing in. Be mindful of the lessons you learned in the past. There's a tower that you maybe could have avoided in the past, and you did get out of it. Pisces is significant. But there's someone that could be upset because they don't want to be seen as like, they don't want to be seen as giving you an opportunity. They feels like a failure. Maybe they feel like they didn't agree to something. So they're saying, don't be tricked by this person. Someone's being very mean where you lay, where you rest. This is what's inspiring that. This person, there's something that they're doing, and you're going to see it in the near future. And this person, it's not wise to continue to communicate with this individual. This is a trap. There's also Leo here. Somebody's pride or their courage. There's a coward here, and they've been destroyed. Something's being destroyed. It can't be fixed. It can be fixed. Whatever someone believes, don't be consumed by this person. This could be a friend telling a secret, somebody you could have collaborated with. This person could still be in your energy. A Scorpio, very defensive. This person, their intentions are to end. I got the Death card here. Yeah, this is somebody you maybe not be talking to, or you don't need to. There's more trouble ahead with this person. There could be a loss of a job, and they're going to be triggered by the fact that they didn't reach their goals. They're going to be going through quite a bit. Stay away from the miserable. This person is fighting quite a lot, and they're going to be defensive here. There could be legal action. Someone could be speaking to a lawyer, speaking to someone about a Father of Sticks in reverse in Aries, Sagittarius. This person, you need to be mindful of whoever that fire sign, that father figure is here. This person could be abusing their power within a home, trying to build with this individual. This is going to slow you down, stop your independence, stop you from reaching a free flow state. This person seems to be taking action because they're not satisfied with the way something ended, but this person is being very stubborn here. The truth is, they've been planning this for a while. They've been planning this 10-10 on the timestamp for about 4 weeks. This is a ongoing cycle with this individual. I see quite a bit of toxicity within a collective group, maybe a family here. There's a lot of illusions and things about plans not going through. It has someone quite upset if they haven't been following their intuition. They lack some form of deliverance when it comes to this contract or this relationship that they've gotten themselves into. They have a sense of failure, maybe feeling like they've been quite delusional. Yeah, they feel stuck here. This person could feel stuck. There's a lack. They didn't want to break up. There's someone who's been quite observant about you getting an opportunity. You may not even be focused on this person. Again, this could be a Capricorn or Sagittarius. There's some shame here. They could try to extend an offer, be hoping to get an offer. But unfortunately, something they don't know about that Aquarius energy here. Someone's going to be upset because they tried to delay you and sacrifice you, thinking they were aligned, maybe doing some baneful magic, whoever this Gemini or this fire sign feminine is. And it's caused them a lack of stability here. Maybe they were doing something so you couldn't position yourself, but you've been encouraged to be disciplined and hold on to the things I just heard that make you whole, and this is how you'll survive this. You've somewhat moved on, and you'll be able to change your circumstances when it comes to that. Maybe you do need to be mindful though, some form of protection not being enacted here. You see this person won't protect you. You see this is a danger zone, right? When it comes to collaborating with this group, there's a lack of responsibility here when it comes to this Mother of Knives. She seems to know something about possibly a Virgo or a Libra, maybe even a Scorpio. Take it where it resonates. They running, baby. It's something she knows. This person that can't commit to a decision. Maybe if you're not able to commit to a decision when it comes to these individuals, there's someone in your life. You need to be strong and walk away from this. And this is where you're going to be able to move forward on this journey. Spirit's not wanting you to be manipulated by a sense of like feeling like you're running out of time. Someone may be confusing the energy or being quite cold. But this air sign energy, you're the boss. You are Aries energy here. You've been positioned for this for a very long time. You've been putting in the points, and these people are worried, specifically whoever this Hierophant is. This person is Taurus, Aries energy. They're worried because they were a Emperor in reverse. They were basically covering up a whole lot, maybe thinking they could conceal their personality or their true identity. There's a lot that they were hiding, day and night, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of energy. And you could have known this person. You've known this person for a while, but it looks as though there's a sense of someone not taking care of themselves, not pouring into themselves, doing more for this father of baskets than you're doing for yourself. Not comfortable. Make some wise business decisions. Be patient. Something's not being revealed to you. Someone is definitely trying to switch a narrative here, and they've been trying to position themselves as like some authority figure or some sort of leader, and they are worried. Again, worried about you meeting them goals and being seen as this empress. You know, you get into a chance to walk away and maneuver forward. Yeah, they are worried about the progression. Now, in terms of business wise, I would say if these are relationships that you've grown close over time, you've gotten personally involved, if this isn't a family situation or business, and it's really like you got to learn to find balance and temperance in that situation based on who you help, based on who you bring aboard, right? Because you are carrying the responsibilities on your back, and you deserve to receive some form of assistance and help. There is a lot that you can avoid by just simply not sacrificing yourself to this energy. You've got to figure this out, because there's a lot of ongoing cycles that comes with this, and it's kind of like maybe not making the best business decisions, or putting people in positions that are not making the best business decisions, and it's kind of like, oh, I know this person, so I'm gonna let them sit in this title, is what I'm picking up for my entrepreneurs, CEOs, and founders. Just be mindful of like appointing people, right? You're gonna have a lot of illusions lifted around that today. And simply just taking care of yourself is also on the menu. Self-love is the best love. Shifts and changes. I think I'm gonna close it out. I feel like that's it for them, but I do need you to be mindful of people with very aggressive energy, and people that are observing you and trying to place you in chaotic positions right now. This is obviously a lunar eclipse, and you don't want to be just with that, that's some type of shit you observe from that's what they say, that's that type of shit you watch from a distance, like Nope. Don't involve overly. And as you see it today, take it for what it is. What they say, be mindful of entertaining the circus, because from a distance, people can't tell who the clown. And that's real. All right, guys, I'm going to close that reading out. Thank you so much for coming and hang out with me today. Now, if you are an entrepreneur, a founder, a creative, I do tribe talks, So, email me, hit my line, and we'll see if it's a fit, okay? I'll get you scheduled for a guest spot. All right, y'all. Now, I do have some episodes that I want to put up, and I am working on those. They are already recorded, and we will get into it. So make sure you keep your notifications on, because these are really good interviews, guys. Really good interviews. You don't want to miss them. All right? But yeah, y'all, that's what we got for today. My books are open. I've got some 101s that you can tap into. It's definitely a great time to strategize and transform your entire existence, because the old way just won't do. Facts. Who has been feeling that heaviness of the eclipse? We've been very tired. Sleeping, getting more downloads, more insights. And I know, again, just make sure you guys are taking care of yourself and getting your rest, and not getting overly obsessive about the situation at hand. Help is on the way. But you also got to help yourself, and that in itself is a bar that I'm going to leave with y'all. Love you guys. Mean it. We will most definitely chat soon. And if you are in the mood for some guidance for your lunar and Pisces full moon lunar eclipse, click the link in my bio and join me on House of Cush Patreon. All right, y'all. Talk to you guys soon.